I have to talk a little low and a little slow. That asthma shit is back.
So let's take a look at comedy box numbers in this fight. Total punches, Usyk landing almost, well, a little bit more than twice as many punches as Mchunu, and throwing almost twice as many punches, landing at a significantly higher connect percentage, 32 to 27. Power punches, Usyk landing more than twice as many, landing at the 47% rate, which is 3% off of the magic number, 50%. You're in the neighborhood. And Mchunu got in some really good shots early in the fight, gradually wore down from there en route to his final numbers, which were well short of those of Oleksandr Usyk.
Oh, we're not going to hear a post-fight interview. I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. I cover every single major fight live. I've watched. This was his 11th fight. He's now 11-0 with 10 KOs. His name is Oleksandr Usyk. He's Ukrainian, Olympic gold medalist. He's close friends with Vasyl Lomachenko. He has the same manager as Sergey Kovalev and a lot of overseas fighters and English claimants. Now, here's the thing. Usyk is good, but I have some. Even though he got the knockout, what was this? 8th round knockout. He got against how do you pronounce his name? I'm sorry, I forgot. Thabiso Mchunu. He is now 17-3 with 11 KOs. Remember, he fought Makabu. You know, Makabu lost to that was his last loss before he lost to Usyk. Makabu was the guy who had floored Tony Bellew, and then Tony Bellew beat him in the fight where Tony Bellew was the underdog. Tony Bellew was the WBC Cruiserweight champion. He fought Philadelphia's Garrett Wilson. I just saw Garrett Wilson fight a couple of weeks ago. He fought Eddie Chambers, and Eddie Chambers, if I'm correct, that's Eddie Chambers' only fight at Cruiserweight. He beat him. Who else is on his resume? That's pretty much it. So he was a credible guy for Oleksandr Usyk to fight. Remember, Usyk is, even though he's 29, he doesn't have too much pro experience. As you can see, this was his 11th fight. The issue I have is he's talking about moving up to heavyweight. And even though he's good, for example, let me tell you what his fighting style is. He throws a lot of punches, a lot of jabs, and he's got movement and angles. But what I've noticed is, now remember, the fights of his are on YouTube. I've watched, out of 11 fights, I've probably watched 8 of them in full. Now, of course, as you know, 11 of them ended by knockout. His most biggest win was against Gassiev, in which he won that WBO belt. But I have some concerns. I feel that maybe, just my personal opinion, that maybe those 10 KOs he has are not telling enough. For example, he beats you off of a buildup of punches. For example, you can get hit with a pillow once, right? It won't hurt. But if you get hit with a pillow 10, 15, 20, 30 times, after a while, that shit's going to start to hurt. That's the point I'm trying to make. And for him to talk about moving up to heavyweight when he's not even rehydrating that much, he weighed in at 199 and a half, and he came into the ring at like 202 or something like that, according to the unofficial weigh-in. But looking at the cruiserweight division, there's still some big fights out there for him, and no politics are stopping it. For example, I would love to see him versus Marco Huck. That's the belt that Gassiev beat Marco Huck for, that WBO title. You got Murat Gassiev, who's now the IBF champion. You got Denis Lebedev, who still has that WBA championship. You got, of course, a fight with Steve Cunningham. You got Babette Shumanov. So there are fights out there for him. The reason why I didn't mention Tony Bellew is because we don't know what Tony Bellew is going to do. depending on how he looks against David Haye, he may be moving to heavyweight, win or lose. So, I'm going to leave it at that. He got the 8th round stoppage. What was it, 9th round? Correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, I can just go motherfucking look. Please subscribe. All the links to my social media are right down below in the description box. On TstreeT Controversy, it was the 9th round. On TstreeT Controversy, this is TstreeT Controversy Live. I cover every single major fight live. My website, FightView360.com, is launching next week. We did a small little, experiment a couple of days ago where the website was live. It's not live anymore, it says under construction, but basically it's here. On TstreeT Controversy, this is TstreeT Controversy Live. Please subscribe.